So hello everyone and welcome to another FPL video on the channel. In this video we'll be taking a look at our game week 11 team, how we did, and what we're going to do for the upcoming game week. So let's have a look at how we did. So in defense we had Gaeta. Now it was a toss up between him and Ward to start. They both actually ended up keeping a clean sheet, and I went with Gaeta, who got a double-digit return. He got bonus points and he made, I think, 6 saves, so he got 2 points for that. So great return from Gaeta, fantastic. Then we had Cancelo, who got 2 points. They did actually lose 1-0 to Liverpool, and so that meant their clean sheet was gone and they didn't get any returns. So yeah, Trippier came on for me on the bench. I did start James, but it is now revealed that James will be out for about 8 weeks, so he will have to be transferred out. But for this week, Trippier came in off the bench, did keep a clean sheet against that team there, Manchester United, in a 0-0 draw. Then we had Johnny against Nottingham Forest, also kept a clean sheet. They won 1-0 as well. They were very fortunate because Jose Sarr actually managed to save a penalty, but nonetheless, a clean sheet is a clean sheet. So then in midfield, we have quite a few blanks. We got Martinelli, who blanked. They won 1-0 against Leeds. Then we have Madison. Let's talk about the donkey of the week, James Madison. He has now been forced me to make a move because he has got a ban. So he has now accrued 5 yellow cards, which means he's suspended for the next game week, which is when I needed him because of the blank between Man City and Arsenal. So he walked over blank this week with 2 points, and now he doesn't even play next week. So he's going to have to come out. Then we have Zaha. 3 points, he got the clean sheet point. So again, it's disappointing from Zaha, but can we expect a return every week? I'm not sure, but the fixtures are great, so I would like him to do well, get some numbers on the board. Then Mo Salah looked a lot better today against Manchester City. He was making quite a few runs, had good chances. There was one where he was 1-on-1 through on goal, and Edison made an absolutely fantastic save to keep it from going in, and he of course did score as well, which is great. Good for his confidence. The hat trick obviously done him well midweek. Then he came into this game, he did look better, and he gets his goal. He potentially could have had another one as well if Darwin Núñez wasn't so selfish. He was wide open. Darwin Núñez clearly saw him and decided to go on his own. But nonetheless, 8 points for Mo Salah. Good news, because he has an excellent fixture on coming up, and I need him to be fit and firing. So then we go up front. The new boy, Scamacca, did not get a return for us. I believe he came close with a long-range effort, but nonetheless, no points return for that. So 2 points, and then he has a tougher fixture next week now. I believe he's got Manchester United. So the captain, Haaland, as you know, it was a 1-0 victory to Liverpool, which means Haaland walked away with nothing. He had about 4 shots on target, I believe, so he did have some chances. However, he walked away with no points. So then we have Ivan Toney, the star of the week. My guy, Ivan Toney, with a brace against Brighton. I thought it was a tougher fixture. I know Brentford are good for goals, but Brighton, they're a good side. However, Toney had other ideas. Got 2 goals. They won the match. Fantastic result. And, Toney walks away with a nice haul of 12 points. So we started this game week with a rank of 577,000. And we now have a rank of 346,000. So a massive green arrow of about 200,000 places, which is absolutely fantastic. Climbing up the ranks, and hopefully we can keep on going. But moving on to the bench quickly, as I forgot to mention that, we had Ward, who's got a clean sheet, not bad for them. Andres, who did actually walk away with an assist, and Dalot, who was the toss-up for me. It was Dalot or Trippier who goes closer on the bench in case James didn't play. I went with Trips. He got 6 points. However, Dalot did actually get 9 points, kept a clean sheet, and he got max bonus points. So, it was a toss-up, but I thought the attacking threat potentially of Trippier would be more beneficial. However, Dalot did get more points, but it is what it is. So moving on to the next game week, who are we going to go with? So in defence, we have Gaeta. Of course, off the back of a clean sheet against Leicester, now has Wolves at home. Good fixture as they do not score goals. They scored a goal against Forest. That was via a penalty. That was only their 4th goal of the season. So I'm looking for a clean sheet here from Gaeta, and I think a good thing could be happening. Then we have Trippier against Everton. Good fixture. Everton, again, a side that don't really score a lot of goals. They're more on their defensive prowess. And I do see Newcastle potentially getting a clean sheet here. So that's 2 so far, hoping it can happen. Then we have a new lad in the side, Tarkowski, on the other end of that fixture. Newcastle away. Newcastle do get goals. But for me, I needed to bring someone in to replace Reece James. So I've downgraded to Tarkowski. It's about a 2 million saving, or 1.5 around there. Got some good fixtures coming up. Defensively, Everton are actually quite good. They've conceded one of the least amount of goals. So, you know, maybe in the coming weeks they'll get a clean sheet. Not expecting it this week as Newcastle are a good side, as I said. Then we have Johnny against Palace. Wolves defensively are not bad. You know, of course, they kept a clean sheet last game week. Do I expect it against Palace? I think Palace, they do usually score in most games, and I do expect it again. So I probably won't get a return from Johnny, but I'm having to field these players because the rest of the bench is filled with Man City and Arsenal. So the final player is Diogo Dalot, has Tottenham at home. Now, that is a tough fixture. Tottenham, decent side. To be fair, they're quite defensive, so this could be a boring game, which could end up being like a 0-0 draw or something like that. But they do have an attacking threat in Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. Richarlison, of course, came off injured, so he won't be there for the match. And I believe Kulusevski is still out injured. Could be wrong on that. So, you know, that threat is somewhat diminished. But nonetheless, Dalot is going to have a tough matchup against Heung-min Son. So the clean sheet there is not necessarily likely. So into the midfield, we have the new boy Trossard, Leandro Trossard. Been on great form this season. And for me, this is like a 1-week punt. So I had to bring up Madison, as you know, he had a suspension. So we've brought in Trossard. He has Nottingham Forest, the plum of a fixture. You know, Brighton, good attacking side. Trossard is usually involved in that. So I'm hoping that you can get a couple returns in this game week. And then I'll probably shift him on to someone like a Foden or something like that. Then we have Andres against Aston Villa. Villa, very poor side. Fulham are actually decent attacking wise. Andres is, you know, one of the creators in that side. So hopefully he can be involved in a goal or two. Then we have Zaha against Wolves. Now, Zaha, need him to start getting some returns because this beautiful fixture on, you know, we don't want him to walk away empty-handed. He's got 1 assist so far. We need a bit more than that, but you know, against Wolves, I think there's a good opportunity for him to get involved. So then we have Captain Mo Salah, of course, off of his goal against Man City. I think the confidence is going to be there. I think he was in a lot more attacking positions, I noticed, in this game. He's been playing out quite wide recently, but in this game he was getting in behind. He was taking up a lot of the central positions as well, which I noticed. He was still operating a lot of the time down the right hand side, but a lot of the time he was also getting in behind. He was making a lot of runs, and he did look very good in my opinion. So I do think Salah against West Ham is the best captaincy option. There is the option to go with Trossard, but I feel like Salah is, I don't want to say more reliable because this season he hasn't been, but you know, based on recent seasons, Salah is that proven asset, and he's also on penalties as well. So if they manage to sneak a pen there, he's going to be on it. So up front we have Scamacca, who is playing Liverpool. Now, they did look defensively solid against Manchester City, but prior to that, they've not been that good defensively. So West Ham, I think there could be a goal in there for them. I feel like Scamacca might not play in this game. I don't know. Is this more a defensive game where Antonio plays and they look for a long ball? I don't know. I'm not a West Ham fan. But if he does play, there's opportunities there. And hopefully he does get involved in the goals. If he doesn't, it is what it is. It is a tougher fixture. So then we have Ivan Toney against Chelsea at home. Again, another tougher fixture. Chelsea are a decent side. And recently they've kept a couple clean sheets as well under Potter. so they're looking a bit more stable. Brentford though, you know, I think they're a good side attacking, as I said earlier on in this video, and Tony is the main man. He's on penalties, he never misses penalties really, and you know, he's a very clinical striker. And I believe Brentford did a number on Chelsea last season, so hopefully they can do that again, and the big man Tony can be involved. So I've actually forgot to include the subs bench in this part, but nonetheless it doesn't really matter because they all don't have a fixture. The only one that has a fixture is Ward, and he plays Leeds, so I'm already playing Gaeta, so it doesn't really matter. We have 3.4 million in the bank to make some moves for game week 13, where we're going to look to ship out maybe Trossard to a Phil Foden, or maybe a Bukayo Saka, something like that. But nonetheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It is a midweek game week, so you know, make sure you get your transfers in nice and early, because once this video comes out you'll have a day to make your transfers, because the kickoff is on Tuesday. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, and if you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. Thank you for all the support and dropping likes and stuff like that. It is always much appreciated. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers guys.